Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Have you ever stopped to wonder if you could actually get smarter? I'm not just talking about memorizing more facts, but really truly upgrading your ability to think, to learn, and to solve problems. Well, let's get into it, because the answer is a huge, resounding yes.
But first things first, what does smarter even mean, right? Is it just about nailing a high score on an IQ test? Or is it something way bigger, something we can actually work on and improve for our entire lives? It's time to challenge that old school idea. So, for the longest time, the common belief was that your intelligence was basically set in stone, a fixed trait you were born with. But what we know now totally flips that on its head. Intelligence isn't some locked box. It's more like a muscle, an expandable potential, a skill that you can absolutely develop. And honestly, that shift in thinking is the key to, well, everything we're about to talk about.
To really get started on this journey, we have to redefine what we're aiming for. So let's move way beyond just a simple score and embrace a much richer, more complete picture of what being smart really is.
Okay, so a better definition looks more like this. It's not just about raw intellect. Real intelligence is a whole collection of abilities. It's your cognitive function, sure, but it's also your ability to learn new things, your skill at solving tricky problems, and, this one's huge, your emotional intelligence, your EQ. Understanding emotions in yourself and others is just as important as processing facts. This holistic view is going to be our foundation.
All right, let's build from the ground up. Pillar number one is your brain's physical foundation. The best way to think about it is like this. Your brain is a supercomputer, and before you can run any amazing software, you've got to make sure the hardware is in top shape. And that hardware, that's your physical health. Now, that hardware is built on a few essential pillars, including the critical ability to manage stress. For this explainer, we're going to zero in on 3 of these foundational habits you can start building, like right now: sleep, diet, and exercise. Let's break them down.
First up, and this one is an absolute game changer, is sleep. Getting a solid 7 to 9 hours a night is totally non-negotiable. Why? Because that's when your brain is hard at work, locking in memories and literally cleaning itself out, flushing away metabolic junk. If you skimp on sleep, all your other efforts to get smarter are just going to be an uphill battle.
Next up, your diet. What you eat is quite literally brain fuel. Think of things like omega-3s from salmon and walnuts, or antioxidants from berries and leafy greens. That's like premium, high-octane fuel for your brain. These things help build and protect your neural pathways. On the flip side, processed foods and tons of sugar, that's like putting cheap, gunky fuel in a Formula One car. It's just going to slow you down. And of course, you've got to move your body. Regular exercise might just be one of the most powerful things you can do for your brain. It pumps up blood flow, it sharpens your memory, and it boosts a protein called BDNF, which is basically like miracle grow for your brain cells. And you don't have to become a marathon runner. Even a brisk 30-minute walk makes a massive difference. Okay, so our hardware is optimized. Now it's time to install the high-performance software. This part is your active mental workout, the actual training program for your cognitive muscles. So what does this workout look like? Well, it's all about pushing your brain in new ways. Read widely. Really get outside your comfort zone. Learn a completely new skill, a musical instrument, a language, how to code. This forces your brain to build brand new pathways. Play games that make you think strategically, like chess or puzzles. And maybe most important of all, stay curious. Don't just take information in. Always, always ask why. Now, having great hardware and awesome software is fantastic, but it's all run by an operating system. And that OS, that's your mindset. It's the underlying program that determines how you handle challenges, how you see failure, and how you approach growth. And the difference between these 2 mindsets is everything. A fixed mindset tells you your talent is what it is, which naturally makes you want to avoid challenges you might fail. But a growth mindset? It believes your abilities can be developed through effort and practice. People with this mindset don't just tolerate challenges, they embrace them because they know that's where the real growth happens. Okay, this right here, this is a pro-level move for your mindset. embracing cognitive dissonance. It's the ability to hold two opposing ideas in your mind at the same time without needing to immediately pick one and discard the other. It's a sign of true mental flexibility. It's uncomfortable, for sure, but that's where brand new, game-changing insights are born. So, to build this powerful operating system, you want to fill your mental toolkit with practices like these. Question information critically. See problems not as walls, but as puzzles just waiting to be solved. Practice empathy to genuinely understand other points of view. And take time to self-reflect, maybe through journaling, to understand your own thought patterns. All right, we're at our final pillar. You've upgraded your hardware, you've installed new software, and you've rebooted your operating system. Now it's time to connect to a bigger, more powerful network, the world around you. Your brain absolutely thrives on new things. As you can see illustrated here, interacting with different kinds of people and actively seeking out new experiences gives your brain's agility a massive boost. Why? Because stepping outside your comfort zone isn't just a nice little platitude, it's literally a neurological command telling your brain to grow and adapt. And all of this brings us to one final crucial idea. Getting smarter isn't about crossing some finish line. It's about committing to a process of continuous, lifelong upgrading. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that becoming a smarter, more capable person is a blend of everything we've talked about. It's the sustained effort, the open mindset, and the healthy lifestyle all working together. Each piece supports and boosts the others, creating this powerful upward spiral of growth. Look, it's a journey. It's not a race. And it's a journey every single one of us can start today. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Looking at all these pieces, the physical, the mental, the mindset, which one are you most excited to start with? Thanks for watching.